That's the key to success, dude. Consistency.
I'm learning.
That's it.
I'm learning.
Being consistent and efficient. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And quality. Quality is important too. You consistently put out bad work and not get anywhere, but you have to put the effort in.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Yeah, let's get this started, man. Kelontae Gavin, welcome to the Scrap Table Podcast.
God, we're recording. I love it.
Going,
We're
dude.
going.
We're going,
we just
dude.
Oozed into
Just
this
right into it, man.
podcast.
Hey.
I love it. Glad to be
man.
here, fellas.
Yeah, we want to keep it a little casual, keep it
love
going,
it.
and excited to have you on.
Excited to be here, man.
Yeah, man. So we just kind of want to get your
Yeah.
story, and we've been working together for a couple of years now. You know, you just put out a new live recording,
You're very mean.
Diary of a Country Boy,
You're
and
very mean.
but yeah, we're gonna dive all into
Yeah.
that. But
Jordan's very mean.
I'm mean.
He's very nicely mean. He yells.
I
I'm
am.
just kidding.
I am.
He's
No,
I
amazing.
know, dude. I know.
I'm like it was good, but it could have been better.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know?
100. You keep
Yeah.
100. Yeah, this is wow, man. Out of all the podcasts that I've been on, this is pretty cool because I'm home. I'm like 10 minutes from
Oh
the
yeah,
crib.
right.
Dude, isn't it nice?
It
Right
is
here in
like-
our hometown.
This is amazing. I made it to the scrap table.
Yeah.
in the Genesis stages. It's amazing. For me, okay, 25 Kelontae from Ridgeville, South Carolina, or in Pringletown. Y'all know about Pringletown?
Pringletown.
Pringletown.
I know from the live recording, from being at your show, which was actually my first gospel experience.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah.
How was it being around people? That,
Man, it was cool. The energy was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. When I saw somebody pull out a tambourine, I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" I was like, "I forgot my drum set at home." You know, like,
it's the blackness, man. It's the Pentecostal blackness,
cool.
man.
It was cool, though, man.
Dope. It was dope, and I was so honored to see y'all, man. All in my left peripheral.
my kids loved it. You know, brought my parents and everything. You know, it was cool, man.
It was so cool to see my engineering, and honestly, I should call him a co-producer too,
Hey,
because we did ship some stuff intro, and so
Absolutely.
being from the hometown and us being here now is pretty cool. I started in Somerville High School. I went viral.
I graduated Somerville High School too, class of 08.
What?
Yeah, dude.
You a wave? You a
Oh
green
yeah,
wave?
Green Wave, buddy.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
Dang,
That was a good year too. That was AJ Green.
Oh,
yeah, man.
He was repping for y'all, man.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think he's done now, ain't he?
He's retired.
Yeah, we got some greats. Man, people talk about South Carolina, but in traveling the country, when you bring up Charleston, you know you got to say Charleston.
Yeah.
They don't be known our area. Some of them may know some of it. They're like, oh, I know that. People light up, man. And I love that being.
I feel like Somerville's like a secret. It's like the secret to the Low Country.
Yeah, man. Look at our development is growing.
Oh, absolutely.
Businesses are growing. I mean, look at us being here. This is growth. We're part of the growth.
Yeah.
Like, this is amazing. So for me, being from Pringletown, and of course, live recording, whatever, I went viral in Somerville High School. I was 15 years old. I was supposed to be getting lunch. And cafeteria worker asked me to sing. Her name was Kimberly Grooms. To this day, I still talk to her. She asked, hey, can you sing? Mind you, I'm 15. And I'm like, oh, okay. I had my bag lunch in my hand, and I leaned over the cafeteria, and I started singing this old gospel, just banger, just old. I've had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. 15. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. And the song ends like, I won't complain.
You're about to go viral again.
Yeah, dude. This is
Yo, she records it, posts it. Crazy dope Caucasian lady working for Somerville High School in the cafeteria. Posted, it blows up. When I say blow up, I'm talking about blow up. You got cousins amongst cousins, family friends amongst family friends, hitting up moms and dads and my cousin. Kelontae is all over the internet. This went viral. Viral, it still was a hot thing. You're talking about 2014.
yeah.
That was
It's
major.
like peak.
What?
Peak, yeah.
That's like viral was the thing. Like you made it. Lives are being changed, and I'll never forget it. Like whoa, my inbox was blowing up. I'm a 14-year-old kid with Facebook, And I'm 15-year-old kid. I'm like, oh my God, I never had 1,000 messages. Never had 10. You got messages of people because, of course, he tagged me, found me, and tagged me, and it blew my mind. So you had like Steve Harvey's and it's a gospel great name, Yolanda Adams. Television shows were sharing it. Radio shows were sharing it.
Do you ever just like look back at that moment and just think, man, look at God? Like that moment of just like one in a million.
Bro. Yeah. A little kid from Pringletown who's in Somerville High School.
And you were deep in the church prior to all that as well, right?
Yes,
Pretty much your
from
whole
my
life,
parents,
right?
Yeah, big facts. So it was like, yo, I think that's what was kind of different about the video. It went crazy. It's not in church. I'm 15.
Yeah,
little kid
I think
with a
I've
book
seen
bag.
it. You're on the table or the
sir.
counter or something.
On
right?
the counter.
Yeah,
and that's like, I'm not going viral in church. You would think being gospel, oh man, he's going viral for singing in the children's choir or being in the corner. Nah, this kid, there's about 200 students behind him at lunch.
Yeah.
I was singing while folks are still getting lunch and stuff. She's recording, and I don't even know if that was legal.
Probably wasn't.
I don't even know if that was
Thank you.
legal. But that was major. It changed my life.
Yeah, and think about the lives you've reached through that, and like you said, it didn't go viral in church. It's like God put you in that place to reach people in that position, and
that also led to you actually getting signed too, right?
Yes.
And you got signed at 15, or when did you get signed?
That's good. So originally, the manager, that's crazy because I just called him. Pop a shout out to my pops, Marquise Gold. Just talked to him. He reached out after that, like a few weeks after that. Somebody showed him the video. At this time, I believe he had just transitioned maybe a year, 2-3 years from managing a huge Christian gospel artist by the name of Tasha Cobbs Leonard. She's super dope. Sung with, I think she's sung There Is Power, biggest hit, In the Name of Jesus. And she has more hits. She's an OG. KCJ, Brianna Babineau, C West, and he's done a lot of joint ventures with a lot of artists, television, whatever. Reached out a few weeks after that, y'all. My dad was like, no, we're good.
Oh, really? He's like, nah, we're good.
We're good.
yeah,
That's
we're all
All
right.
these accomplishments, we don't care. He's good. He's gonna be a kid. That was my dad. My
He's going
parents
straight
think.
to college.
And I wanted to go to college. They're not paying us. So I was gonna call the name, but I wanted to go to music college.
Oh, okay.
I want to go to music college, and I'm like, yo, that's gonna be my dream. I'm gonna be in music production and whatever. But bro, my dad said no. Like, no, we want you to finish high school. This was 9th grade.
Yeah.
And it's at the end of 9th grade year. So I went back to school, bro. As a 10th grader being viral, I was famous.
Wow.
In my school.
Knowing
In my
that school, how many, you remember they had the green wave, like the,
Oh my gosh.
the film program there where they would like do
Yes.
the commercial. How many times did you get put on that and like
Hey.
singing and
I was
dude,
always
for
in the-
us, it was the Soldier Boy thing. Like when Soldier Boy went viral, we were in high school, bro. They were like videotaping
my
everyone
God.
cranking
08.
the Soldier Boy. Yeah.
Oh, Sean, you're climbing, man. 08, I was 9.
Oh,
Oh, no.
man, my daughter's almost your age.
Are you
No, I'm
serious?
kidding.
Yeah. I love this. No, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I got signed 10th grade year, so a year later. Long story short, short story shorter. The manager that signed me had a friend that preached. He came out of, bro, this is just crazy. He came to Monk's Corner at a church we were going to at the time. His best friend is from Dallas. He lives in Atlanta. I never forget his name. His name was Daryl Patrick. Preached at our church at the time, 2015, in Monk's Corner. Sees me sing praise and worship and said, who is this kid? Of course, the pastor at that time, says after service, hey, this, he went viral a year ago. He's like, this is the kid? He said, man, the name, Daryl Patrick, I got to call my best friend. He's got to hear about this guy. He called his best friend, and his best friend was Marquise Gold.
Wow.
Oh,
Your
really?
manager?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
He's like, where are you? He's like, I didn't come here now. Like, what is going on? He's like, yo, I've been trying to sign this kid. They told me no. He said, well, you better thank God, and I need a cut and a percentage because they're here. And I told them this is what I got his CD. I had it recorded already in Ridgeville at a community center. And we did a little small live recording.
See, that's amazing. It's almost like your paths crossed twice, and maybe that first time you just weren't ready. You never know why the wait, but it worked out. I mean, you're doing very well.
Yes, sir. I mean, you look at it today, so many people expect, yes, my life changed after that, but some people miss that side of the story. I went viral, but I went back home.
Yeah.
I went back to church. I just
Put
went
the
back
work
playing
back in, and still got to be a kid too. You got to finish high school and
Yeah.
a little bit of fame, but you still got to be a
Failed 10th grade.
yeah. Oh, you did?
Failed 10th grade.
Oh, no.
Not only did I go viral, but my schedule got crazy. So we started traveling from church to church, conference to conference, youth revival to youth revival. God was just killing our schedules in a good way. Like, hey, I'm gonna bless you guys, and I could not keep up, with the responsibility
Right.
of being in 10th grade, still in school, and also,
Having to do all these shows and conferences.
What grade did you sign in?
10th grade.
10th grade?
Yeah, I was 16.
Oh, okay.
So, yep, 16. A year
Wow.
later, you talking about, ain't that something?
Can we say the record label name?
What? Yeah. I got signed to Ty Scott.
Okay.
It's called Ty Scott, and I was a partnership. My management company was Marquise Boone Enterprise at the time, in partnership with Ty Scott, one of the oldest African-American gospel Christian label to this day. And shout out to them for the start. Like, bro, it's insane to see that. Like, I was looking at a show called Rhythm and Flow. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, they're not paying us, Lord. Jesus,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I be on the. Let me tell y'all something.
Let's just pitch for endorsements right now.
Yeah. We're looking for you guys. Hit us up the scrap table. We're up to. Yo, this show, Rhythm and Flow, is so dope.
Yeah.
It's got writers, MC,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Do you remember that there's an episode, he's in 12th grade, Dre TL.
Uh-huh.
And he was talking about, like, yo, this is a great accomplishment, but it's pressure because I'm still in 12th grade. I got school. So I'm having to try to write bars, and I'm working. And I'm like, wow, you're on Netflix, bro.
Yeah.
You've got millions of people watching you.
In 12th grade.
That's a success. You just met one of your favorite rappers,
Yep.
Eminem. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
But you still got
You still got to be a
responsibilities.
child. Yeah, you still got to grow.
Bro, yes, it's a great grand prize. Yes, God was blessing me. Yes, it was awesome, whatever. But for a lot of us, we got to see that success has responsibilities.
Yeah.
There's a pro, but there's a con. But I don't like to say con. I like to say challenge. It's a pro, but then there's a challenge.
Yeah.
Like, so managing that success for me at 16 being signed was cool. An amazing accomplishment being from where I was from. But it was crazy. Like, hold on. You're a Christian and you love God and you're viral and you're going crazy, but you failed 10th grade.
Yeah.
Imagine that feeling. Now, not traveling. They see me singing to thousands. So now I got to go back. Got to go back to school.
Your teacher's got to give you a lecture about you
Okay.
need to focus on English.
Thank
And
you.
you're like, well, I don't think my career is going to
Yes,
take
sir.
me there.
Yes, sir.
And of course, your parents are right there with them. Yeah, son, if you want to keep doing this, you better focus on school.
Do you know my punishment was not singing, not
Yeah,
going to
I
church?
believe it.
Really?
I believe it.
Wow.
What? I got in trouble if I didn't do my work. You're not playing in church this Sunday. You're going to go sit down and get some word and go home.
Yeah.
One time I got caught. It was hilarious.
Honestly, that's probably the best. I mean, that's probably some of the best advice in parenting, too, because you were 16. What at 25, you're like, music's not for me? Because, I've had so many different idea changes and things throughout the years.
Yeah.
At 15, I never would have thought of myself being on a podcast, right? So I feel like
Yes.
going to school was always the right answer. And honestly, probably some of that little bit of that delay was, God's way of saying, hey,
Absolutely.
look, you need to focus on this before you can have this.
Yeah. And that was my journey.
Yeah.
Like, for a few years, I was upset. Like, this sucks. And I was blaming my parents. And I was like, ooh, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I had all my right sense. You wasn't doing your work. Like,
Right.
And it wasn't devil, it wasn't demonic, it wasn't spooky.
You're just lazy.
It was lazy, man. It was lazy.
None of us wanted to do
Yo.
schoolwork.
Yeah,
man.
right.
Yo, and now I gotta think, and I'm even now it was just crazy. This thoughts come in my head, like parents who parent creatives, who's
Oh,
got
yeah.
these incredible, potent gifts that you didn't teach them, but you also got to parent through the responsibility that they
Absolutely.
have. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're still this age, but I'm this, but I'm that. Like,
See,
all the-
I was lucky as I had
Yeah.
a very supportive mom and father
Come
over
on,
it because
man.
I went to art school and things like that. So
Ooh,
it was all.
Sean.
It was never like, hey, you're not gonna make a. I wanted to be a photographer.
Oh, wow.
It was never like you're not gonna make a living as a photographer.
What?
They were always very supportive. So I
My
get
parents
it.
encouraged it too. We had my first studio in the Frog in
What?
their house. So I'd bring clients. Some people would be like questionable, but they'd allow it, and they're
major.
the
think
reason
that's
why I was able to grow.
The key to success as a creative is having a supportive team around you.
Come on,
Because you're gonna have to
Sean.
fail for years,
You're gonna
right?
fail.
Like,
You're
yeah,
gonna
like it
fail.
took you. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
you had overnight success with the viral video,
Yeah.
but you really didn't succeed
A lot of
overnight.
learning.
It's
A lot of
not
learning
real.
curves. You know what's crazy? I said I was gonna bring this up in y'all's podcast. This is gonna be good when you talk about the learning curve. Fast forward now 10 years. It's been 10 years. 10 years. Being an independent artist, but also being an artist in the success and the failures. Just not 10 years. You would think you got it, but everybody's journey different. I just bumped my head like 2-3 months ago. 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
You would think, bro, you got all these resources. Why not do it this way so that you can be successful?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, I just spent almost $30,000 for a recording that's not even out. And I'll hear about this one. It won't even go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
I
learn
just
those
got
hard
on a conference
lessons.
call.
Yeah.
Oh, you decided? It's not going
Oh,
out.
man. You know, that's what the conference call was about.
Oh,
So we're trying
no.
to see.
Oh, no.
You're trying to, like, yeah, it's like because we have another deal in front of us.
Okay.
Have another potential partnership, a dope, I would say multi
Yeah, I think we touched on
award
that,
winning.
yeah.
Absolutely. Pretty cool, man, Sean. I got an opportunity for another label per se to sign to. And so in looking at what I just spent and then this other opportunity, it's like, oh, I just bumped my head. And so for independent artists that's out there, it costs. We know that. But at the same time, I told them on the phone, I said, you know what? It just wasn't wise. Was it a great idea? You just heard Jordan. You know, at the beginning of this, it was great. It was amazing, the energy. But what happens when the energy's there? It's amazing. The lights, the camera, the action. And you sit back down with yourself, maybe in the dark moments at night, not that it's a negative moment. And you're like, oh, that wasn't wise.
That's when your brain really starts going.
Everything looks shiny up front, too. It's like getting a brand new car and driving it
Yeah,
home
oh
and it
my
ain't got
God,
no
maintenance.
gas in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maintenance.
Yep, maintenance.
Okay.
You got that high-end luxury vehicle cost you
So-
$1,000 in oil change.
Thank you. So everybody has this Rolls Royce dream, but they only have the capacity of maintaining a Honda.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
That's it.
Yeah.
Rolls Royce is amazing, but when my mentors had one, when he told me how much it costs for a shattered window because somebody broke in it cost $6,000 to refix one window because their windows, I believe, are double glassed.
Oh, yeah.
$6,000. People spend that for a house. Their whole house can get new windows.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
talking about
I
one
know.
car.
Yeah.
Then it's so powerful because Rolls Royce is one of the. When you say that name, it comes with luxurious status, whatever.
Yeah.
But we missed the maintenance. Yeah, we missed the maintenance on that joint. Yeah.
I think it's, I'm trying to figure out. Jordan's got us a little going here.
Yeah. Hot, ain't it?
What's wrong?
He's gonna have to call him hot. You know, we TV people, we know how
He
to
likes
go
to
back
talk.
in.
He likes to talk kind of loud. You know?
I told him to put in 32 bits so we can shut it down. He don't want to take sound advice from a camera guy, man. But yeah, you're right though. I really feel like I think our gifts come with trials and tribulation. You're not even the first person we've had on this podcast
Say it
yet.
again, Sean. I'm such a TV guy.
Everyone's gifts comes with steps, small
That's
steps,
good.
and you can't appreciate
Preaching.
that winning moment because I look at it like college kids, man, with the NIL deals. These kids weren't getting paid, and a lot of these kids come from really bad, harsh, not backgrounds, just environments in general, like hard living conditions, adoptions, things like that. And you're talking about giving them millions of dollars on NIL deals and hoping they don't go out and get a DUI or, accidentally kill themselves in a Ferrari. And it's like, you have all these bad, and that's just one stipulation. I feel like there's so many people who win the lottery and lose it in a year.
A lot of people do that.
And I think in order to receive your gifts, you really have to work the steps because you won't appreciate it. And I think touching base on the school and finishing the school, like, my parents were the same way. And I think it's so important that you have that because it's something to fall back on. No one can ever take that education from you.
Sir.
You may lose your voice, you may get in a bad accident, but
go.
you'll never lose your education.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
and I'm not even really pro school. I'm not really pro college. I'm not somebody who's like adamant. I'm very creative minded.
Yeah.
I'm very free. Like if you don't want to go to school, I'm for it. Like
yeah.
but I think you're right. I think basically the trials and tribulations to make you really appreciate what you have before you can receive your blessings.
Yes, sir.
Me and Ramone just had a moment before you got here talking almost the same scenario of one of his things. So it's powerful.
Yeah, man. It's confirmation. We
Yeah.
call it in that world of Christendom. Confirmation. When a conversation is coming, you met somebody say, made deja vu. Some may say karma. Some may say, but there are certain things that happens that's like, yo, you're heading in the right direction.
Yep.
And I even love the name. Like for my story, every person I believe that will come on this, I'm hitting a little switch now. I'm gonna reel it back in. But every person that will ever step foot in this room or whatever room the scrap table find themselves, I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
There's treasure. There's creation in scrap.
And I think the
Like,
common
it's
ground
beautiful.
with successful people is they always said I had to hit rock bottom before I made it. And it's like, yeah, because that's God showing you, in order to accept these gifts and these blessings and appreciate them, you need to know what it's like to not have them. And I think that's a lot of it. I think a lot of it comes from, that's why every success story is like, I had $5 in my pocket. Have you heard Steve Harvey's story, right?
My God.
Yeah,
there's tax person, the money.
Yeah, everyone knows Steve Harvey's story about
And then sleeping in the car. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I think the Rock story, he had $5 in his pocket, right? He just finished, I think he got kicked out of college, or I may be wrong on that, but everyone hits rock bottom. And I think it's God's way of showing us appreciation. It's like, you need to know what you have before, so you can appreciate what I'm going to give.
That's it, man.
And if you give back, I think also too, is like your gifts are there to give to others. I think we had a moment the other night doing one of your live streams, and Ashleigh Ashleigh texted me and was like, "Do you realize what you just did for everyone?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Y'all just preached the word of God to 23,000 people." Now that hit almost 100,000.
Absolutely.
But at that moment.
Overnight. Overnight.
I got chills, right? Like, so at that moment, it's like, wow, I just helped. In my sense, like, this is a gig that Jordan's like, hey, last minute, like, can you do this? And I'm like, well, sure, man, we'll make this work. And then that moment of self-appreciation of like, wow, we just did this. Like, we shared this moment to 23,000 people is it makes me realize, like, you have a gift, and God has given us a gift, and we are not meant to use that gift for ourselves.
Yeah, man.
It really is meant to be shared.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the appreciation process.
Yeah. No, you're on it. I love it. That was beautifully articulated.
Liked it?
Very
It
good.
was
That was good, Sean. That was good.
That was good, John. That was good.
Yeah, I don't think you realize, man, but like when I was saying 100,000 people overnight, I mean, I know that's easy numbers for you, but dude, that's still 100,000 people, bro.
It's a lot of eyes.
That's a lot of eyes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people that could have needed that moment too.
That's it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I like I said, I'm trying not to get
Yeah.
goosebumps and teared up, but I think that's the cool thing. I think that's what I really loved about what you did and
Yes, sir.
what you do on a daily basis, man. I follow your stories and see you travel a lot and perform, and it's very authentic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, just that live recording we did, just to see it in person, I'm like,
Intimate.
this guy's got
Yeah,
it. Like
man.
this is a blessing. Like this is
Yes,
a
sir.
gift.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
anyone
sir.
can sing. What you and your wife were doing was a blessing. Like it was a gift.
Yes, sir, man.
Yep.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was gonna try and get you to sing on here, and then you opened up singing. I'm like, dude,
Oh, yeah,
this
of
is
course.
great. This is
Of
amazing.
course. Oh,
Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
This guy's killing it.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool to collaborate, and that's key. I got as far as I have now, and I'm even growing as an artist because of collaboration. So many people want to be on their own islands and forgetting that
Absolutely.
you guys come from the culture that used to talk about burned bridges.
Yep.
But what happens when you got to get back to that destination? Back across the same bridge you burned, and which leads me to this thing that most of the bridge I'm talking about or emphasizing, that symbol is people.
Yeah.
People are amazing. People matter. And for us to collaborate that night, it was like, man, I hadn't met you.
Yep.
We hadn't met before. What if I came in being that snobby person, a snobby artist? Now my engineer looking at me like, who is this Kelontae? 'Cause this is not him.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Sean Kelontae? You guys all right? No, it was collaboration. It was last minute. You would have thought we've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
We was there like, oh, time. We got to go. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's roll. It was amazing. And I think that's, even business owners, that can go for anything. Collaboration.
It's success.
You
man.
didn't come to him and say, hey, I need you to be my audio guy for my
No.
podcast. Friendship, the relationship say, hey, we can do this together.
Yep.
Which leads to another relationship that says, oh, I know a guy who does it. Now, mind you, we didn't meet doing a podcast.
No.
We meet doing something for me. See how
Absolutely.
crazy
Yep.
that is?
I know.
So,
I left there that night, and I was like on the phone with Jordan. I'm like, dude, I got to figure out a way to work with this guy more. Like,
Me too.
it's the energy.
Where's this guy been my entire
It's the
life?
energy you bring, dude. Like, you're so positive.
So positive.
I have
Oh,
such
bro.
a big thing, and Ramone works with me a lot. We talk about this all the time. It's like, dude, just being around positive people
Yeah.
is so. I suffer from depression and stuff growing up, and it's like for me, just. Dude, it's not just successful people, positive people. I've been around some of the brokest people in my life that were upbeat and talented and
Me too.
positive.
And me.
And dude, that's just a different feeling. Like I feel like it's an energy when you walk into the room, dude. It's really it's electric, bro. Like you were just exciting, and I think you have a positive spirit and a positive mindset. And
and what's crazy is you're not faking it.
It's authentic.
A lot of people they fake it. They just so people think that they're that kind of person. But dude, you're really that person.
I try to be
like for real. You're really that person, dude. That's so cool, man.
For real, I love people. And you never know what somebody's going through, man. Like
that's true.
You never know. There's times we've worked together so much. I know, like, ooh, Jordan had a morning, or he had a night.
I feel like that about Jordan every day.
And I bother him like, Costello, what's up, man? He's like, hey, what's up, man? What's up? But by the end of that session, talking
good,
about
man.
something,
yeah, we're good. We're good.
You never know, and you guys are positive. So I'm grateful to work with y'all, man.
So what's up with the Good News Club?
Yeah, what is up with the Good
There's
News?
a little bird in my ear saying, man, if you guys get Kelontae on, you got to ask him about the Good News Club.
Hey, how y'all know them?
You're Kelontae Gavin. We have to know.
Yeah, bro. We had to drop something on you to make this interesting.
Yeah. I love Good News, man. Good News is super dope. I actually have some branded stuff from them too. How y'all know them?
You're Kelontae Gavin. We have to know.
Yeah, we got to know this. We got to do a
You ever
little.
seen Nardwar?
No.
The guy, he interviews like famous people, but he always knows things like that
You
blows
shouldn't
their
know,
mind.
like
he shouldn't
elementary
know.
school type stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was quoting. Yeah,
man. Good. It's just the good news, man. Just sharing hope, man. That is it. Of course, it's the collaborative network that's just pushing out so much good positive stuff. But I love giving people hope.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I loved about Jesus, bro, and even in Christendom, I think people become so religious because being religious is not bad, but you become so religious that you build these barriers off of your beliefs and morals that you can't have a decent conversation with somebody who don't believe what you believe.
Yeah, I think that's true too. Even outside of like the Christian religion, there's some people that shut you down when they find out you're Christian. You face that a lot too. People are like, oh, and you think. And again, it goes both ways. As a lot of Christians you're around build up those barriers almost to a hypocritical degree.
Yeah, man.
And then, so it builds a stereotype. So it really pushes the stereotype narrative too. But
because it's not a banner. It's not a banner on our chest or our head.
Yeah.
And most people can wear a sweater. You can wear a Jesus sweater, but we want to see Jesus fruit. Like, how are you going to treat people?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Can you imagine the disconnect from him hearing the music that we've recorded and have created in here, and then saw how I live after that?
Yeah.
That'd be a disconnect. He'd be like, there's no, I could just come out of the bar. Dear, oh, amazing God, you are. Like, oh man, what the F? Not that makes me imperfect.
Yes.
But fruit, like, or treat people. It ain't gotta be a cuss. Like, what if I just was nasty or come in here with my wife?
Yeah.
Newlywed. Shout out to my baby, Neon and Gavin. Come here and I'm nasty to my wife or something. He's like, this kid, something's wrong with him.
And it is, dude, you see that a lot. You see a lot of people who put on this suit of armor and they're high and holy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And behind closed doors, they are not. And I think a lot of thing with faith and Christianism is, or just being a Christian. I don't really like the word Christianism. Being a Christian, I think a lot of people think you can say it and call yourself it and go to church and that makes you a good person. But really, through Jesus and everything else, it's about being kind. It's about sharing, just being kindness and giving to others.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about. And it comes down to it. We don't have to hate each other. We don't have to agree with each other.
No.
There's so many, you can disagree on a topic and still love one another. I think that's an amazing thing.
I'm pretty sure there was some disciples that disagree with Jesus.
Probably all of them.
Yeah,
I call him one of the greatest icons, the greatest legend, the greatest living legend to ever walk the face of the planet Earth, because he walked the face of the planet Earth.
Yeah.
I love not just the divinity Jesus, because that's amazing. That's what makes Christianity pretty cool. A man is born, he dies, and he's resurrected. Now, as spooky as the story sounds, and as zombie-ish,
he's a zombie.
Apocalyptic, you can make it. It's insane because the artifacts that's been found is still one of the most incredible stories known to man.
Yeah.
That's insane. And then you have witnesses. Mind you that it happened, or you believe that it happened. You have other people writing about the same thing. Yeah. That's insane. If that happened to Jordan, I'm be freaked out.
And if you look at most of his disciples too, I could be wrong, they were all broken people, right? Like he didn't choose. Jesus' prophets were not churchgoers and
Absolutely.
preachers, they were broken people like you and I. They were sinners.
Oh my God.
And their repentance, and they were still spreading the word in a belief system.
Absolutely.
And being punished at the same time. Like they weren't perfect people. And I think that's where the misconception comes in, is a lot of people look at Christians and we're like, oh, you think you're so holy and mighty. And it's like, no, we are sinners.
Oh
we are
my
all
God.
sinners.
Broken.
That's why Jesus died for our sins.
Yeah, man. Man, Bishop Tony Miller, God bless his soul, he was a preacher, a bishop that died. And he had this quote one day. We were at, his name is Pastor Stephen Ward. He was living in Greenville at the time. They had a worship night, y'all. Joe, Sean, y'all. He said this and tore me up. He said, you guys think worship, doing this life, living life for Christ, is when God puts you together. But he said, you're really not walking the walk until he breaks you apart.
Yeah, it's like
He uses nothing that's put together. Because anything that's put together, it's something about the broken pieces, bro.
just think about the word of God. If he told everyone to believe in God to come into one circle, then the word would never spread.
Absolutely.
And you look at was it Turkey and Istanbul?
Yeah.
Where the who was the prophet, Ramone, that we Peter? No. No, I'm not gonna say the guy's name. I'm saying the actual from the Bible.
Turkey's
Paul. If Paul would have just stayed in place and stayed together, and the word would have never spread.
No.
And I think that's where I think some of the church's fault at is churches get such a collective environment, and it's always the same 40 people, and they're always like, hey, bring
Absolutely.
members in. You shouldn't be worried about bringing members in. You should be doing stuff with your gifts to bring your community out.
Ooh.
And I think that's what's
Uh-oh.
really good about your with your
It was good.
with your
Mic drop.
gospel. I think that's what's good about your gospel is, and what we just did in that live stream to me is
Come on, bro.
and I think that's what Ashleigh was like preaching the importance to me is she was like, do you understand what you just did? How many churches are reaching 23,000 people in 40 minutes?
No, man.
And think of, and I'm not patting myself on my back, but I'm just proud of that moment. It's like, wow, I got to be a part of that.
Bro.
And I think that was amazing.
That's his collective.
Yeah.
Mind you now, we have to look alike. It's got to be uniform. It's gotta be,
yeah.
You guys got to be. If somebody came and from the places we've been and worked, they would think, oh, you guys must know each other from church.
Yep.
I must have worked it. Nah. This is his buddy that do what's called. I came up to him just Googling Jordan because I needed a studio to record that. And he so happened to be down the street. And of course, doing what I do, it's like, whoa. And I pushed the envelope. I talked to y'all, Jordan with it. I'm 25. I'm black. I sing gospel. You do what you do, Jordan. Jordan don't go to church every week.
We're a mixing pot. We're a mixing pot, and that's what it's about.
The kingdom.
And I think that's how the word spreads, too.
Yes.
I think, and like I said, if you stay in your community and you stay in your comfort zone and you don't try to use your gifts to reach others.
But I also think if your heart's in the right place, too,
Yeah, kindness goes, dude, that's it.
Oh, my God. Bro.
Yeah, I may not go to church every week, but I feel like my heart's in the right place.
The heart, bro. That's it. It's the heart because, again, church is just a community. It's a community. Like, we get edified as a community, but beyond that, bro, I think that is what the beauty of the gospel was, Jesus, that he brought each and every man or woman that followed him from different walks of life. Yeah. Like, that is major, bro. Mm-hmm. He was able to be in touch with the prostitute. Some that probably, I don't know if I could push the envelope to call them atheists, but in polytheistical cultures. Yep. I mean, the Samaritan woman, tax collectors, this person, all these careers that they came from. Mind you now, Sean, we don't push this. He lived 33 years.
Yeah.
But shook the world in 3 years. Mm-hmm. And we're right now talking about him in 2024. Yep. From a 3-year impact. And yet many people have been saved or sanctified or love God or grew up in church or whatever for 50 and 60 years and still haven't made the impact that one man made in 3 years.
True story.
Yeah.
And like I said, I look at that as a modern day thing too. Just the impact you made in 45 minutes. There's people who's lived 60 years of their life as a pastor and didn't reach that many people. Yeah. And I think that's a testament to you,
yes,
man, and your gift and you're willing to give.
Yes, sir.
Because, I mean, you people don't know that came out of your pocket. I mean, that was you putting that on and, sharing your gift. Yes, and I think that's what it comes down to.
No money sign, don't give.
Yeah.
No, hey, man, give. I was just, hey, let's do something off the spot.
Do something nice.
Yep. Let's bless somebody that's probably scrolling and could be looking at God knows what.
Yep.
Running to the live, like, I ain't gonna look at this
Yeah,
live.
you weren't like looking for monetary gain or
No,
anything,
sir.
bro. Like, yeah.
And it's not your first one either. I mean, there's been.
No.
I went and looked at your
First one
profile
like that.
afterwards. Yeah. We've
With y'all,
done.
man.
Yeah,
That was
We've
cool.
done so many. You know, you've done multiple of
that.
these, so it's not like a one-time acceptance thing. And I kind of want to just double back a little bit, man.
Yeah.
And kind of get to know who are you, like outside of your gospel career.
Yeah.
Like, do you have hobbies and other interests?
Woo! Dude, I'm a country boy. I am from Ridgeville, Pringletown. Absolutely love ATV riding.
So I'm
man.
from
I love
Jedburgh,
the
so
woods.
we're not far down.
Oh my, we getting
What-
just.
Hey, when I was in
Me and
Jedburgh, there
Sean are
was
just meeting y'all.
one gas or two gas stations technically. Now they got like a Food Lion and a Dollar General. But
You
yeah,
got
dude,
liked,
we're
man.
10 minutes from each other.
Dang.
I never heard of Pringletown though. That
Jedburgh.
must be the other side of
That's the
Ridgeville.
next exit, bro.
Oh, okay. So that's
Bro.
between Harleyville and Ridgeville.
No, it's before Harleyville.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Going down.
Exit 187. When you get off the exit, bro, my people know this. I'm
Oh,
telling you.
187.
187.
Yeah, he's not.
Pringletown?
Yeah,
The sign is right there
I
on
thought
the
it
right.
said Harleyville.
Pringletown.
Yeah, see, I
And
always-
it says Harleyville.
I always
gotcha.
knew it was Jedburgh, Ridgeville, Harleyville. So it's that
Ridgeville.
little speck in
We in
between.
there.
between them, yep.
Yep. We got Volvo and Walmart. We on
Yeah.
the map, man.
Oh, yeah.
We
There's
coming up.
there's a gas station over there, bro. That's got the best country food.
Look at
You know what I'm
man.
talking about? That fry.
I'll blow your mind. That's my pastor's.
Really? So I used to work at
he
the
owns the
there's
gas
a cabinet
station.
shop there, PCI
What?
Cabinet Works. I worked there in college, dude, and man, I would eat that chicken every day,
Dude,
bro. I
this
love that
is
place.
hilarious. I want to call him so bad. That is hilarious.
Dude, I would go there for almost a whole year. That's because all we had was Wendy's on 95 or, home cooked food.
Chicken, bro.
Bro, we went. That chicken is so like it's the
Chicken,
best fried
bro.
chicken
I
you
gotta
can
try
get.
it now.
Oh,
Golly.
it's literally.
Hey,
What we doing after this, guys?
dude, dude, I sent a guy who owns a soul food restaurant in Goose Creek. He literally is called Gales. I love it. I'm calling their name because I love it. I said, hey, DJ, you got to go try this chicken.
It's so
And he's
good.
like, keep hearing about this chicken. He went and I said, hey, how was the chicken? He sent me pictures back of just bones. He tore that chicken up.
Yeah, dude. You
That's
go
good,
in there.
man.
Hey, the potato wedges and the chicken, bro. That's it, bro. That's
Oh,
it. And
man.
then,
Call it out, bro. You
Yeah.
on it, man.
Yeah.
The wedges.
you would never know it was there. That's the cool thing, bro. Is
Pringletown
like I only
Quick
learned
Stop.
from local, because like I said, I grew up right down the street, but I worked in Harleyville when I was going to college, and dude, I'm telling you, one of the older guys that worked at that cabinet shop put me on that spot, and bro, it ate my wallet up.
Yes.
Crazy.
The chicken. That's me.
Yeah.
Chicken eating country living.
And just to put a timestamp on it, that was probably 15 years ago.
Oh my God, I was 5.
Thanks.
No, I was 10.
Dang, man.
I can't add, but
Making
I'm
us feel
messing
old
up.
here, bro.
I was 10, man.
10.
Crazy.
Dang, man, you was up there.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, that's
34.
me. Oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit older.
old. I'm just kidding. That's not old. That's not
Wow.
old. Sean.
All right, thanks for coming on the show.
Sean, no. No, that's me, man. I just got married in January. Literally changed my life. Amazing. I am one of biologically like 9 siblings. My biological father, but I grew up in the house of 4. And he was from Cross. My mom's side is from Ridgeville, but I was raised by my stepfather, who's from Chicago.
Okay.
So it's been a
You have a huge culture pot then, man.
God, like, and yes, my stepdad is still a Chicago Bears fan. Pray for him. Because I don't know what they're doing, but we love you guys. We love you guys. I'm picking. But it's like, man, looking at my life, it's like crazy. My dad got in, my biological father got into something. Didn't raise me, didn't really know him, knew of him. Now in my life now, I'm pretty cool, but got into something about a year or 2 ago where he got shot at and left him blind.
Oh.
Changed my life.
Wow.
Because the kid that he wasn't there for per se, in 22, 23 years of his life, is the kid that stopped everything to run to this hospital and to see him because he was it was near death for him. But it was so God and favor and just grace and mercy that kept him.
Yeah.
A miracle. Changed my life, Sean, because Jordan, I am in the hospital. I helped bathe them, helped fed them. This was getting crazy. You're talking about, whoa,
Wow.
of a man you don't know like that.
Right.
One of the oldest, like he's got 9 kids. It's like, whoa. And to be there, that moment about a year and a half, 2 years ago, changed my life forever. It would change me as an artist. It would change me as a man. It would change me as a son, a brother, a husband now. Like, oh my God, this is what it's about. Like, compassion, the heart.
Yep.
like the gift that keeps on giving is when you can be there for somebody else who has never done nothing for you.
I think moments like that too, and I relate to having a child as a big impact moment, is it also makes you realize that small world problems are small. Like you realize like being late to work is not a real problem anymore.
Oh my God.
You realize
This man
not
is
having
spitting.
you realize these things about life whenever you have such an impactful moment. And I look at it as a kid, so I have my daughter's special needs. And you look at these things that like used to stress you out as an adult or a child, or worrying about crazy things. And like you said, when you have those,
it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, nothing matters anymore. And you can once you can get that sense of worry and doubt and out of your system, you can focus on real world problems, real things that matter in your life. And I think that's a common theme here on this podcast too, is having those impact moments that we've noticed with others. And
yes, sir.
It's a real thing. It's a real testament. I think 21-year-old me right before my daughter was born versus 34-year-old me, I worried about some stuff that I wouldn't even answer a phone for now, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So what is a week of Kelontae Gavin?
Oh, yeah.
Because,
we want to know your schedule.
You are probably the busiest person that I have ever met. I mean,
man.
you go to state, and it's like just normal for you. You're like, I'm in Texas today. I'm in Vermont today. I'm in here. I'm just like, yo, like, don't you get tired?
You get tired.
Like, tell it, dude.
But it's this thing called grace. There's some things you would do that I'd be like, don't you get tired? That you just have the grace for.
Yeah.
You know, you're gifted for it. And I just feel like I've been graced for it. I mean, a normal week, I travel maybe 2-3 times a week. Whether you can call it touring or just from church to church, conference to conference, which is a blessing, being booked. Because somebody's home.
Absolutely.
Wish they could go out. You know, so it's a blessing, man. It helps me take care of my family, building a business. Yeah. Collaborating is pretty cool. And so me and the wife just want to, you know, turn it up a notch and change some things and just grow as a man. She's helping me with my schedule because, again, I'm 10 months married. I was used to being single. So
that's
I'm
a hard adjustment.
Did you do all that
learning
yourself?
Balance. As far as?
Before you were married?
No, man. I'm signed to a management company.
Oh, that's
so
right.
They have booking management.
Are you still with a label, or you said independent?
Man,
so
I'm
you're back
independent now.
Yeah.
In talks to being a label. Don't know in this area, y'all. So just know I may be with a label by then or not. We don't know. Either way, it's gonna be dope. And but nah, man, I'm learning balance.
That moment with the wife and moving in together, man, that is a hard topic too.
Yes.
That's give and take because as men, we have very childish tendencies.
Oh yeah, she lived with me before we were married.
Yeah, like we know what sharing a sink is like, and you know, and that's no fault to them. That's on us as men. We oh
my God,
we tend to like take things for granted and think that now I have somebody to help with this, and you know, that's a hard boundary. And 10 months in. I always say give it to the 2-year mark too. That's like good. 2 year people change in 2 years. I feel like you really can if you can.
Oh yeah.
Talk to me.
We
Doc.
all change in 2 years. I think 2 years is a good time span.
Talk to me.
You met her when you were 16?
Yes.
That's like you and your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Jordan's story. His wife. I'm like, oh my God, that was me. That was me, man. Like 16 at her church in Moss Corner, and she didn't like me. She liked somebody else. She didn't like me.
It happens like
I had
that.
a lot of work to do.
A lot of work.
And so of course our story is absolutely brutally beautiful. Brutally beautiful. Because again, she's best friends with the young man who just went viral, who's being known in his community and local, you know, jurisdiction of churches or whatever you want to call it. That's major for a young lady to grow up with somebody who's famous while she's still going to work 9 to 5.
Absolutely.
And just going to college.
And then
I
as a testament, I witnessed her talent firsthand too that night.
Man.
Yeah,
dude, like it's almost like a perfect pairing. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm like, wait, she can sing like this too? What? I love it. Give her her own show, man. Like, wow,
she's so cool, man. I'm like, it's time for me. It's been 10 years. Got to get her on.
Yeah,
some
she was
music
amazing, and I know
stuff.
Right before we set up, she's like, I'm nervous, and you're like, I'm gonna let you take this one and lead it, and she was like, I'm a little nervous, and as soon as the lights come on, I'm
boom,
like,
there she is.
Yeah. Oh, wow, she's got such a beautiful voice.
She's amazing. My queen. She's incredible. My best friend. Admin manager. I might well call it all of those things.
Yeah.
Help run my life.
Your support, your rock.
Yeah, bro.
I think you have to have one of those. I think that's a common denominator in this circle
Yes.
right now. Is we both have all three of
Yeah.
us have very supportive wives. Well, I'm currently not married, but
Hey, come on, Sean.
yeah.
I mean, basically, you're,
It's
It
been
is.
you're
it's been
basically
over
married,
10
though,
years.
bro.
So
Like, at this point, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
10 years. I
Yeah.
just got married. I waited.
I got to start
Everybody's
cleaning up that
journey-
kitchen sink, like I was talking about. No,
Everybody's, but even that's a conversation. I mean, we don't have no time. I'm telling you.
yeah.
There's a whole nother podcast. That topic.
We just went from the scrap table to men ain't.
Men ain't nothing.
I had to censor myself.
For real though. That's the thing. Like, and I'm younger than y'all too. I'm 25 and I'm 10 months
yeah.
married. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's journey different, and most people, everybody's journey different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Everybody's
think too, like to
I live
put
my
that
life.
age difference in your professionalism. Like I said, I don't know your mannerisms too much outside of this working relationship, but you're very mature and you carry yourself as a professional as well.
At
and
times, yes, the
I
25-year-old
think
come out.
I think back, like what would I tell myself at 10 years? Like I was gonna ask you to give advice to viewers, but now I'm like, what kind of advice can I give someone
Yes, sir.
10 years ago? And I'm just like,
You've spit
just
today, bro.
start, just get in line. I was like, I think of myself 10 years ago. I think Jordan's been pushing me to quit my job and pursue filmmaking
Wow.
solo for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, well, no, my
crazy.
daughter's 13, so it would have been right a year after my daughter was born when we started everything.
Well, because
So almost
you
12
can
years.
you can see the freedom that it gives you and like the
Oof.
opportunities that it opens up to you.
Yeah, if I had a job right now, we wouldn't be having these moments.
Right. You're right. You're
And
right.
these are moments that I think will last a lifetime
Yeah.
with me. Like these are life-changing advice and moments. And I think, I was going to ask you, what would you tell
No,
somebody
I'm
to start?
switching
But
now. What would you tell
you,
a 25-year-old?
the 25-year-old
Yeah.
pursuing
Pressure's on.
yourself for yourself, because you can learn from somebody's story. Like
Absolutely.
I learned, and that's what sometimes we forget. People don't think you can learn from people because we think status and success.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't learn. No, I can learn from a poor man. What do you mean?
I think the main advice I would give people is learn the value of economics and credit. I think every career path, every art, every dream, every business takes money. And once you can understand that you have to make money, you have to have money to make money, you can realize you're not buying video games, you're not buying clothes, you're not buying shoes, useless cars. Like, and you invest that time into yourself. I would have took all the cars I bought over the 10 years. I was a big car guy. All the car
my
parts
God.
and invested into my resources to better myself. I think that's where I would have been. I think that's what I would tell
You
somebody
said
10
what?
years. I was a big car guy, man. I grew up at the drag strip. You know,
You
right
like-
down the street from you.
He likes cars too.
Did you go to Dorchester Drag
See
Strip?
what I just said? I'm very transparent. Like, bro, I just sold a car that I just bought. Like, why are you spending? It was a cash car. It was like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. But I didn't need it.
That's the thing.
I got
And
a Jeep.
Yep.
At 24, you don't know that.
Man, you're
trying
talking
to be
me.
cool.
I had to sell it.
You're trying to be
And I
cool,
felt
man.
so lighter. I felt amazing. I'm like, exactly. Who do I want the car for? Do you really need it?
Or
no,
just
you don't.
Or just get it when you can afford it. Let's put it like that.
Can
So I
afford it.
still have my toys, right? I still have my cars that I love, but I also should have started at 34 on that aspect of it. It
good.
shouldn't have mattered at 24
Oh,
whenever I
Lord.
was young and dumb.
This man is talking to me. You are talking. I told you. See y'all? You never know. I needed to hear that. I need to hear that. So yeah. You just literally helped me. I'm good.
So let's go. All right, let's put it back on you now.
So-
Like, what would you give? Not just any individual. Like, if you were a gospel artist watching this podcast, and you were, because we actually had another gospel artist on here yesterday.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Actually, talk about
He's
your mentorship program as well.
Yeah.
what
that was
they
a big
do.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I did a mentorship program called Worship University.
Okay.
Where we had like over 1,200 people to sign up for a free webinar for a week, where I just poured into them with my manager, who's a music exec, of course, Marquise Gold. And man, we kind of
Dude, we should get him on here too.
Oh, that would be amazing. You got a virtual him. He in
Yeah.
Dubai.
Yeah,
Put him on a screen over here. Put him on a screen.
We'll do one of those laptop type
Yeah,
podcasts.
man.
Right.
Yeah. And bro, the amount of information we gave, I said we should have called it cheat code, because he literally gave them everything he invested, like over $100,000 investments from music, from him being in top classes with top managers and execs in all genres. Like, bro, I'm just give it. I'm trying not to think, but I'm gonna just give it to you. I taught them just on the art, the science of publishing, bro. Writing, where you start, how to start, getting your music, like literally copywritten. Like why aren't you with anybody with publishing? You know, independent.
It's
like,
so easily to do now with CD Baby and DistroKid and
what? And you gonna get
if you're an artist watching this. And you don't have everything set up for BMI and all.
There you go. Or
go straight to your computer, ASCAP
BMI
right now. Like it's too easy.
And none of them don't have that.
15 years ago, you were gatekeep.
Yeah.
A&R, you had to get into that.
Bro was like serious, bro. Like I even talk about the journey of a cover because my start was like, yo, I sung somebody else's song. So you can make it from a cover. Yep. You just gotta know the ins and outs and how to market it. How be strategic with your art form and whatever. Contracts, management. I need a manager. No, you don't need a manager if you don't have nothing to manage.
Yeah.
True story.
You don't need a
I
manager.
think with your program too, 1,200 kids, I think one of the things I like to touch base
all
on
ages too, Sean.
Yeah. I think
it was like adults, 50, and kids. I think the youngest like 17.
For them, like what's crazy about that is if you want to be successful in the industry, surround yourself by people doing it.
There you go.
If you want to learn how to be a professional gospel singer, you need to find professional gospel singers, and eventually it's gonna come up.
Yes,
it's just if you want to be a billionaire, surround yourself by billionaires.
Man,
And, I think, dude, 1,200 people on a program, that's crazy.
Bro,
yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Because of course it was high ticket. That 1,200 went to 1,000. 1,000 went to 700. It turned into 10 students, bro. That changed my life, bro. I wrote a book from that called Worship School, Mastering the Heart and the Art of Devotion, but I give them the science and the fundamentals of what independent artistry takes.
Is that already published? Is that published
now?
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, I actually just posted it on my Facebook page. So you guys will be able to see the link.
Check it out.
Yeah,
see this is what I'm saying. You are the busiest guy I've ever met.
You know, I mean,
golly, man.
And effective. Like, I'm learning that, getting older.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Busy is amazing.
Yeah, but
I get what you're saying.
You're reaching
But to be
people in an
effective?
industry that other people aren't reaching.
Yep.
With the help of Costello, I'm grateful.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. let's make his head bigger.
Yeah, come on, keep going.
His hourly rate's going up per the minute of the podcast.
Yeah, that was it though. So the mentorship was literally what it was. Like literally, hey, what's your question? We got an answer for you.
That's awesome.
That's it. Helping people, because that's a thing in industry. Period. Let's get off of the gospel art in the industry of music. What? To help somebody up and help them.
Absolutely.
I think that's, and here's the thing, I don't think that stops at music. I don't think that stops at music.
Oh, you're right.
I think really, we had a discussion the other day. It's like competition, it only happens in the bottom.
Oh my God.
Successful people aren't competing.
No, they're collaborating.
And even like your brands, like your big brand superstores are collaborating to keep their prices set from their distributors. And a lot of people don't see that. And if you can get out of that mindset of, I want to be the best. I want to be the best in my city. I want to be the best artist. It's like, it's art, dude. Yeah. How do you be the best piano player? Like, you're playing beautiful piano, accept that your art's beautiful. How do you be the best videographer? You're a great videographer. You can always get better. There's no such thing as the best in art. And we have such a weird mindset about competing and making film. I want to be the best filmmaker in my city. That's one thing that comes up big.
Because I can effectively collaborate and partner with someone when I don't know who I am.
And if you have a toxic
that takes
mindset,
identity. Absolutely.
you have
absolutely
a not a dark heart, but you have an ill intention in the back of your mind. It's like, say I'm an engineer and I want to go over to Jordan and we want to collaborate on a beat together. But in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm better than him too.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm doing this for him.
Yeah.
Dude, you're not gonna make anything great. That stigmatism's still in the back of your mind, and you got to heal yourself,
bro.
And that's all deep too. That's all self-conscious things. That's all, what is it? Not self-reflection, but whenever you don't believe in your own self. I think all those things come from just pettiness and small-minded.
Your identity. Who are you when you look in the mirror? Like,
correct.
If Jordan,
like insecurities.
If Costello didn't know who he was, this probably wouldn't have been here. Or knew who he could become because people stopped becoming. The worst thing than growth is a person that stops growing.
Yeah. I think that's human too. I think that's what makes us human.
That's what?
And successful, you just constantly want to eat. Jordan's like this too. And like I can contest is we are constantly trying to learn something.
There you go.
Eating knowledge,
Yeah,
just feeding.
that
How
is
can I
true,
get better?
man.
What can I do? This. It's not
That's
about being
true.
the best. It's about growing and getting better. I think that's a mindset we have to change
Stop,
within
man.
all business cultures. And dude, we played in bands for a long time, dude. That's
What?
a toxic thing.
Lord Jesus.
Like there's a lot of local support. Like,
Oh, yeah.
everybody. And the term, this is what kills me. I'm gonna go on a little rant. Let me sit
Rant
up.
on Sean.
I
He
can't
just changed
stand-
posture.
I can't stand when people say they have haters.
Oh yeah, your low view. It's view.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
your view is low.
Nobody in my city supports me. That victim mentality. It's
Yeah.
Folks are
like,
too low.
it's really strange. And I think giving back. I got to double back on this. I'm going off topic, but I think the way you were giving back to the schooling. I don't want to call it schooling, but your
Yeah.
seminar type thing with
Yeah.
1,200 people contest that, and
Yes,
it
sir.
shows you're not gatekeeping to say. It's more of like you're helping people grow. Because in the end, out of those 1,200 people, what if one of them is bigger?
Absolutely.
And the next thing you know, it's like, hey, we need you. And that's how I look at it too.
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, is we collaborate all the time with other videographers, and they are always putting me on. So
And the cool thing about the school that you did the mentorship program is you created music for these people as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Thank you,
that
Costello.
was cool, man, because
Forgot about
I
that.
got to be a part of that as well.
Absolutely.
So
Literally.
yeah, I mean, got to hear pretty much music
Oh, my
from
God.
all like ranges.
What you didn't even know, because again, when they come on board, you don't know how they sound. You don't know who
Right.
needs more work. You don't know who's a great writer. You didn't know who was a great arranger. All I knew was they believed in where I was, saw the fruit and the evidence. Like, okay, I'm going to invest in myself at the highest level because I know identity. I know who I am, what I can achieve, what I want to achieve, and that's just major. And I'm gonna say this to anybody out there in any type of business: if you know your haters, you're not doing enough.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
you're not
You
putting
know,
in the work.
no
Yes,
hater.
sir.
I told my wife the other day, I said, if you ever heard me talk about something like that, she's like, I said, that ain't that's not my view. I'm so lazy, I focus on growing. Because, see, we're talking music, and that's a part of my foundation. It's the bread and butter, right? But the bread and butter for me is to make some more bread and butter that pretends you can get to the bread, at least get to the rapper.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Really diversifying my portfolio. Like getting into film. That's one of my little things, man.
Let's do it.
I was
Let's
actually
talk-
gonna,
let's speak it into existence.
God, I want to do film.
because on other like business ventures, I know we were talking
Yo.
as well. You know, you wanted to do like a big film,
Bro.
Documentary.
documentary, but on top of
I
that, you
need to
wanted
go
to
back.
open up a big like
We want to do it where our studio, bro.
entertainment like studio. Yeah,
The creatives need that one-stop shop.
Yep.
Where do we have that at, man?
We-
It's a creative court. You know how you got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
food court? You got choices. All of it's food, but you can get whatever you know. If you want Chinese, get Chinese. You want Italian, you want pizza. You know, like the mall.
part is, where do you? I'm kind of biased on that business venture. I think, where do you draw the line? Because that's so big. Like, do you have?
I think that's good.
No,
I think that's good
we've talked about it
because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
I think I've-
stretches you.
you got to start somewhere though.
I've
Where do
actually-
you start? We
I
just
think I've-
started.
I think I've said the same thing to you when we had the conversation. I was like, honestly, dude, like,
So many
might want to
options
double
you can do.
just a little bit. You know, maybe think a little smaller.
Because there are
and then
creative spaces
grow.
here. We have some great creative spaces here, but it's like,
No, we don't. Not the sizes that we want.
and that's where I'm
Where
saying,
can you
where's
go
your
right
size?
now? Like, man, I need to do like even the place spaces we know. For me, I just feel like now small is the new big. So I'm not saying go too big. Small is the new big. But wait, it's like y'all playing. It's like something. The spaces we know aren't big enough for some of the projects and stuff
Absolutely.
that we want to do.
Yes.
But then the business side of me is going to come
All
out.
of it can't be in Atlanta.
The
and
business
Charlotte.
side of me is going to come out and say,
Absolutely.
why not go rental? Why not if you want to do something this big, rent a warehouse for the
We said
project,
that.
2-week project.
We said that.
Keep the overhead off. But
Didn't
there's
we
so
talk
many,
about that?
and that's part of the reason why this expansion doesn't exist here. And like what we
expensive
talked
here.
about with Mossberg, it's like, oh, we need a label, we need a massive studio for Charleston, and we need all these. We don't have the
Nope.
infrastructure. It's like sometimes the infrastructure in the location doesn't make sense for the investment.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
It's like,
'Cause
why would
we're
you go
not really-
drop $3 million a month on a building
We're
for
not really
a
a
creative
hub.
environment of 200
We're
people?
not a hub.
We're not a hub.
Yeah, we're not LA. We're not
And
Louisiana.
I know you want
we're
to
not-
create a hub, but like
Not here.
that's
Yeah, you just have
It-
to. You have to
timing.
enjoy being big fish in a small pond.
Bam. And the timing. Like, I feel like we'll get to that
Yeah,
in a few years. I think what does that for me is I see the potential. But
Charleston's a
sometimes-
huge art
That's what I'm saying.
The Low Country is very cultural,
Bro.
and I think you're like, man, you're not the first person I've heard this. Like, really, because
I've heard several too.
I
You're
tried
right.
the studio thing. I know people. One of my good friends runs a studio, and like, I think everyone's heart's in the right place, but it's like your target businessly. You have to take the artist out of the business.
Absolutely.
So when you think businessly, it's like, as a film creator myself, if I'm thinking film studio terms, 'cause that's where I live, I can probably name 30 filmmakers in the Low Country. I can probably name 50 in South Carolina, and that's pushing it. 50 people. Now you're talking a big enough warehouse to run a film studio. Man, that's you're gonna have to really try and fill that's so hard. Like, it's a bad business model.
Absolutely. Not being a hub state. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think even
We've
as like
talked
running
about
even as a recording studio, I think
Small, new,
a
big,
lot of
man.
success from Jordan's studio outside looking in was the human element of it, is people wanted to come work with Jordan, because there's been so many studios, and there's still some great studios and producers and engineers in Charleston, but there's so many that come up, and it's like me. Anyone can buy a high dollar camera that shoots quality now.
Good, Sean.
Anybody can record at their home quality stuff, and I think you have to have that human element. And then when you start scaling to wanting to run a hub or a record label or a film studio or something bigger, you're focusing on the city element again. And I think that's where, if you can channel all that hard work into yourself, instead of, this is one thing growing up I always heard, is I want to put on for Charleston. I want to put on for my city. And that was so big, and it's like, I feel like that's a poor man's mindset.
Yeah.
It's like, why put all that effort into a city, and half of them don't support you because they're quote unquote hating on you.
The whole episode.
Yeah.
He's spitting, everyone. We're going to take up a Sean offering. Like,
But I think if you focus on yourself,
Seriously.
stop worrying about your city.
yes.
If you can pull in 100,000 views on a live stream, you're putting on for your city, because you already give back. So artists under you, now you do another live stream and you put on another local artist, you're putting on for your city in retrospect, instead of trying to put a $3 million business out to make the city big. And I think that's where I used to love the music industry. That's me and Jordan, kind of know each other from that, is I think a lot of musicians and artists locally fail because they're constantly trying to be the big thing and put on the next big thing in the town, in the city, in the Low Country, in the state. And it's like, dude, just make yourself big. Advertise yourself, market yourself. Once you are here, eyes are looking.
Bro.
It's like it's like football. I love football. It's like, you go pro, like if you're a pro scout on a high school team or a prospect, you're a 5-star quarterback.
Yeah.
And you got scouts at your high school looking at this 5-star quarterback, and next thing you know, your wide receivers are catching one-handed catches in the end zone. You're putting on for your school. It's the same thing in the city.
Bro.
If you were an artist and you can draw spotlight to yourself, you are inadvertently helping everyone around you.
Bro. I need this piece of excerpt.
Here we
I
go.
need this cut.
I'm gonna write a book.
This is or do more of it.
Yeah,
Matter
actually, I
of
do
fact,
have books. It's just kids' books.
let's go. That's major though. Shout out to the kids' books.
I did the voiceovers.
Oh my God, you do have a voiceover kid book. You do give me actor vibes.
But yeah, if you want to talk about a big studio, let's talk about that off camera, because I'm going to discourage it.
Yeah, but and you know what's crazy? Every time we talked, it's been like, where, like the size, like where the cost.
That's where you have to draw
That
the line.
alone just makes it just a conversation.
I think that's why small is the new big, because realistically, overhead, it's
We're
got to
in
make
it.
sense.
We're in it.
Well, you can also get a lot done with a smaller space as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look at
for one,
online.
the overhead
Yeah.
isn't as much, so you can put more money into, let's say, like the gear.
This is good. Perfect example. What the top Twitch streamer right now.
Kai Cenat.
Nothing crazy has changed.
Yeah.
With his setting or nothing. Small's a new big. He hasn't gotten 8 angles
Yep.
and said, "Man, I'm making all this money.
I need more cameras. Yep.
Yes.
I'm about to leave." I saw that this morning. I said, "Wait, he's got this same fuzziness look." And
Yes,
you
he
know,
does.
somebody like me,
Yeah.
I want crisp,
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
clean.
No, it looks like a
Give
web-
me a.
it's-
I want a cinematic
like
camera.
It's a webcam.
Yeah, yeah.
It's literally
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's about the content.
the content.
It's not about the quality. Consistency and content.
The content, bro. The content.
But if you can
And
have both,
yes, Sean shot down my studio dream. I don't know if he shot it down. He shot it down maybe here, but it wouldn't need for it to go nowhere else because The hubs are well taken care of.
Yeah, and I don't think it's shooting down your dream. I hope you don't look at it like that.
No,
I think a lot of it is. I think a lot of us as
Small,
creatives
small.
have big dreams and not as much. You have to look at the business element, and I think of
You can get lost in that.
industrial-wise.
You can get lost in like the excitement of starting something and not really thinking about the business aspect of that.
Yeah. Direct Country Boy.
And in film world, in film world, dude, it's easier to
That was
scale
cool,
up
though,
by
man.
renting.
It was cool.
Business world,
Cool cost.
look
Yeah,
at dude.
yeah, for
I think
sure.
even like not to shout out Amazon, but I even think they rent some of their warehouses.
Are
Like,
you serious?
Yeah, at
And
like
their
some
trucks.
point, there's no point to owning certain things,
Woo!
and I think that's where the
Oh,
you
my
need
God, this
business
dude is
ventures.
fitting. Like my deal that I have coming up, and I can talk about it without talking about it with detail. It's a joint venture deal.
Yeah.
Collaboration is king.
Yep.
Why would I want to question anything with an advance or ownership when if I own the masters, what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm in gospel. I'm not R&B or secular. I'd see if I was pop or something or secular. And secular, I would say it is secular technically because I'm gospel, but I'm in. Somebody can argue that. But, like, I'm not a rapper. I'm not, like, it's about the journey of the collaboration and what it does, the services that a label, per se, provides. And so that's the type of deal that I am exploring right now. That's not final. But, again, y'all, we don't know when this is going to air. So it may be done. But you guys follow me on social
I also
media.
think collaborations have to go. You should be 50-50 on collaborations.
Yeah.
But I also feel like
Not all the time.
if your heart's in it, it's okay. And
Absolutely.
I think because at the end of the day, your message isn't about getting rich off your music.
Yeah, man.
You said it's about you give back a lot. And I think, it doesn't always have to be 50-50, but I do think there are processes where even people reach out to me. It was like, hey, can you come do this for me? And it's like, dude, I would love to. I would love to be financially stable enough
man,
to
dude,
go
just-
film for free.
Yeah,
I would
man.
love to, but it's
Right.
like, man, like, dude, this is how I pay my bills. Like,
you go.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
and I,
Thank you.
13 years of hard work got me to this point, and I can't just, I'd love to. It's like I love you as a person, dude. I love your vision. I love the project. But then there's times where it's like you really have to separate that business side element and take your
Yeah.
heart out of things. I think that's
Yeah.
hard for us.
People think that's compassion.
Yeah.
When sometimes we forget, sometimes my compassion, you want me to be compassionate to come and do something for you that I can do for free.
Yeah.
But I believe God looks at compassion is when we exercise wisdom.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill myself because I might as well go get another job or get a job.
Yep.
If I'm going to just film for free.
Yeah.
You are not about to walk in Walmart, Starbucks, Popeyes, Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
And just say, just go grab donuts, go grab a fried Big Mac, go grab a latte, and definitely go grab some chicken.
I will double back on that. I think that
free.
a lot of my success came from giving. A lot of my explosiveness and, basically
sure.
Absolutely.
being discovered, I would say, came from
Yeah.
being the person that would help out. And
Woo.
I gave a lot. And I knew I needed to learn. And what better way to learn on film sets than offering, I'll come shoot that for free. Like, I'm in a learning process. I mean,
Yeah, man.
but once you reach that
Everything.
moment,
Yeah.
I think you have, like you said, I like how you put it, the compassion and wisdom.
Bro, I'm there now, bro. Like, I'm telling you, the phone call I had before this episode was like, man, we were going over just the expenditures, the budget. Like, this is what you spend, this is what we have, but this is what you can only do it with.
Yeah.
Because you only saw preference.
Yeah.
And something like that shrink, the studio, all that stuff, that was so good. Because that's just I prefer this. I preferred to do a live recording like this in this way. Mind you, what did I bring? Only one of the songs that you had to cut and slice through was written.
Yep.
All the other ones were covers.
Yep.
Covers.
And I think sometimes our
spins
heart
that?
and our ideas are so big. And, like, you really need that second voice. I had Jordan.
There you go.
I've had Jordan for
Now
like
ignore it.
years to
Talk
be
to
my
me.
second voice.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
there's certain people you need in your corner. Me and Jordan disagree a lot.
Yeah.
And I think there's certain people you need in your corner to tell you when you're wrong.
My wife said that. She literally said, hey, moving forward, this is gonna be the checks and balances. We bring up an idea or you bring up an idea.
Yep.
We just need it'll be voted or is yay or nay.
And the more success
That's
you
it.
have, you can probably contest, the more success you have, the more people around you agree with you. The more people around you are yes people. You have people who are like say
That's
I'm an
good.
artist and I make music.
Mhm.
Of course all my friends are going to tell me it's good. I don't need someone to tell me my music's good.
I
I
want
need
a
you
yes
to tell me
man.
What could be
can I
better?
do better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
And the higher you reach a rate of success, man, the harder it is to find true friends. You need people in your court to pull you aside. And I call them OGs. I have a few filmmaker friends I've met on set that are like in their 50s, been doing it 20 years. Call my phone up, check me. Bro, take that junk off Facebook. You look so unprofessional. And I'm like, what? And he's like, and I'm serious. Dude, and
Yes, bro.
some people may think that person's being rude. Even to Ashleigh, it came across like, man, that kind of sounded rude. I'm like, no, he's doing that out of love because he sees my potential, what I could be, what kind of projects I could be a part of, and then he sees me post something stupid, and there's a lot of professional creatives. They're gonna look at me and be like, dude, you don't know what you're doing, and you need those people in your corner to be successful as a business owner.
No yes men's, absolutely.
And as a creative, if you want to really do this, if you really want to live off your dream, you have to become a business person. 100%. Like, because if not, we're all going to do it for free, and we're all going to be hobbyists.
Y'all, we just gave this was a master class.
This is a good first podcast right here.
Yeah, it was great.
Master class for any business owner, but particularly just creatives in this space of film, music, or the artists, because every last one of us are in different positions. So knowing your place, like you said, taking the artists out to get a business mindset. If not, you're going to have to be very sensitive and open and willing to employ somebody in your weakness.
How it all relates in
It's
one
all the
way or
same.
another. Like it's like a just triangle here, you know. Like,
Bro,
it's so cool, man.
It's one and the same. Like I said, I think any business is the same structure. Any route to success is the same stepping stones. It really is. You're not cheating your way to the top. There's no lottery ticket.
Come on, man. It is staircase, stairwell. And anybody know anything about staircases or stairwells? It is more comfortable coming down than it is going up.
Yep.
Everybody want to go up. Nobody want to be uncomfortable.
Man, I slip and fall down a lot.
Yes. And it's good though. But hey, it's the scrap table.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it, man.
Come
Definitely
here to
appreciate
grow.
you coming on, man.
Thank
It's been
y'all
awesome.
for having
It's been fun.
little G.
Yeah, thank you so much, dude. That was great, dude.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all, man. This was
Good
good.
stuff. Hey.
You good.